Hey everyone, trigger warning, this is going to be about the Duggars again, and we're going to talk about the whole Duggar family, but mainly Joshua Duggar. So, back whenever Josh was doing these things to underage girls, the church, supposedly, this is alleged by an insider who went to the same church as Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar. The insider says that when Josh was supposed to be getting punished, that Jim Bob, Michelle, and the church brought Josh to the church and said, hey, you either going to shave your head publicly to humiliate yourself, or we're going to shave the head of one of your victims to humiliate them. Which one do you want? Now, the insider swears that that happened within the church. How disgusting, if this is true, how disgusting are Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar? You're going to hurt the victim further by shaving their head and humiliating them publicly. If Josh doesn't shave his head publicly, are you serious? Who have you taken notes from? Onision? Is that where y'all learned that shit? Remember, that's what Onision wanted Billy to do, was shave her head just like he shaved Shiloh's head during sex? It's so weird how these people jump to public humiliation. So the insider, who supposedly went to this church that Michelle and Jim Bob went to, swears that happened. So we're going to go back through the timeline a little bit, okay? March 2002, a 33-page police report reveals that Jim Bob Duggar told police that Josh fondled the breast and genitals of several young victims while they were asleep in the Duggar home. About 4 or 5 other incidents were reported. May 2002. Jim Bob Duggar loses primary bid for the Republican Senate seat to Senator Tim Hutchinson in Arkansas. This man, knowing his son was molesting and assaulting his other children, was running for a Senate. Are you serious, Jim Bob? You had more important things to be worried about than a fucking Senate seat. July 2002. A police report revealed that Jim Bob explained that Josh told him about touching one of his victims while they were asleep on the sofa. At this point, 2 or 3 months down the line from March 2002, have Jim Bob and Michelle not realized our son has a problem? He won't stop molesting our other children. He's going to end up full-blown raping our children, intercourse, if we don't get him out of here, away from these kids. No, they didn't do that. They didn't realize that. They kept him in the home with their other kids. That's how disturbing this family is. They'd rather hide it and sweep it under the rug than get this kid some help. Now, he was a young teen, but this stuff went on for some time. So he can't keep using that excuse that, oh, I was a young teen and I messed up. This goes on into his adulthood as well. March 2003. Jim Bob and wife Michelle are made aware of 2 more incidents where Josh touched an underage victim. Y'all, we started at March 2002, where a 33-page police report reveals that Jim Bob told police that Josh had fondled the breasts and genitals of several young victims, okay? From March through May through July, this continues. Now, back in March, again, they had been made aware of 2 more incidents where Josh touched underage victims. Oh, gosh. In one situation, he allegedly touched his victim while she was sitting on his lap. How young was that little girl? That's what scares me, too, were these 2- and 3-year-old little kids that he was putting his fingers in their genitals and fondling the breast? That is very, very serious. That is assault. That's rape. And I'm in shock that this family did not actually get any time for this. How did their kids not get taken away? They didn't ever take Josh out the home. So the other kids should have been removed out of the care. Especially being that they're allowing this stuff to happen. But we all know Michelle doesn't take care of her kids. She has the older kids raise the younger kids. So that's why shit didn't get done. Okay, so In another situation, he allegedly touched his victim while she was sitting on his lap. And in another, he was accused of putting his hand up the victim's dress in a family laundry room. This boy was a serious pedophile at a young age, even as an older teen. That is pedophilia behavior. Elders at the Duggar family church agreed that Josh needs treatment. So your own church knows about it. People outside of this family knew about it and did nothing. They didn't remove the babies, the younger kids, the other girls. They didn't do anything like that. They just let it continue. Oh, but they did send him to a little rehab where he basically, lived in a spa and read the Bible all day. So that, that made it okay, right? Jim Bob tells cops that Josh Duggar went through a Christian counseling program from March 17th to July 17th. A couple of months of a Christian counseling where he probably learned how to do it more. And he probably learned how to get away with it more. Hell, he probably did stuff there. We don't know. Where he did manual labor and had counseling. Exactly. Josh's parents and church elders tell Arkansas State Trooper about the incidents after Josh completed his treatment. Okay. Jim Bob tells police that the state trooper identified as Joseph Hutchins gave Josh a very stern talk about what might happen if he continues such behavior. You know what that means? They basically had a family friend, a trooper, come out and talk to Josh, and he got a good talking to. A good talking to. That's what happened. Okay. But get this. You want to hear something even worse? Joseph Hutchinson is currently in jail on child pornography charges. If the fucking pot doesn't get deeper, it just got fucking deeper and stirred more. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy who gave Josh Duggar a stern talking to was currently in jail for child pornography charges. Are you fucking serious? Yes, I'm fucking serious. The Duggars appear on a Discovery Health special titled 14 Kids and Pregnant Again. That was 2004. How the fuck did they get away with this without CPS? Why didn't that state trooper report that he had spoke to this family and this boy about fondling and assaulting his sisters? The state trooper hopefully got fired. I hope and pray the state trooper was fired. I'm going to look into that too. If he's charged with child pornography, he should be fired. But he should have been fired for not reporting this, that Josh did. Arkansas Child Abuse Hotline receives a tip in 2006 that there is further abuse happening in the Duggar household, and the Springdale Police Department reaches out to the family for interviews. The family was scheduled to appear on Oprah, but the interview was canceled after producers received an email from an unnamed female that reported abuse from the Duggar household. Harpo's staff faxed the letter to the Department of Human Services hotline. So you know what that means. They were scheduled to go on Oprah, and the interview was canceled because the producers received an email from an unnamed female that reported the abuse on the Duggar household. How many fucking reports have to be made before Arkansas takes this seriously? Damn. Are you kidding me? Springdale police go on to interview Jim Bob and Michelle, victims, and the alleged perpetrator at Springdale Children's Safety Center in Arkansas. They determined that the time frame in which they could have pressed charges had expired. Well, that fucking law should have been changed. I'm so mad. December 2007. Mainstream outlets have yet to pick up on the abuse scandal because message boards online are swirling with rumors about Josh Duggar's allegations. December 2008. The first episode of 17 Kids and Counting premieres. Now 19 Kids and Counting. Whoa. So you mean to tell me TLC either didn't do a background check, or they knew this and still aired the show and made these people famous? Because if Harpo refused to do an interview because they had gotten that email, then I know damn well TLC knew about it. So you know what that means. Hold up, we got to go back. December 2006. Arkansas hotline, child abuse hotline receives a tip that there is further child abuse happening in the Duggars household. The police department reaches out to the family for interviews. So the police department didn't take the kids? December 06, Arkansas child abuse hotline. Okay, so the family was supposed to go on Oprah, but the interview was canceled. Oprah canceled the interview because the producers had received an email from a female that reported abuse from the Duggar home. Harpo faxed the letter to the Department of Human Services hotline. And TLC still did the show? Oh, TLC, y'all are dirty. Dirty. Oh, that's dirty. Mainstream outlets have yet to pick up on the abuse, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because if Oprah's show knew about it, the networks knew about it. TLC knew about this. I'm alleging this. I have to say alleged, but I'm telling you right now, they fucking knew. If Harpo, Oprah show producers, they all knew they knew. So TLC basically made a creeper famous. So 2008, the first episode, 19 Kids and Counting, comes on TLC. In Touch publishes, in 2015, May, In Touch publishes an article detailing Josh Duggar's inappropriate sexual conduct towards minors when he was a teen. It was not inappropriate sexual conduct, it was molestation and assault. He touched their genitals. He touched their breasts. That's assault. That's disgusting. I'm just in ill right now. Ill. In Touch also obtains police report through a Freedom of Information Act request. Josh took to Facebook to apologize for the allegations, penning 12 years ago as a young teenager I acted inexcusably, for which I am extremely sorry and deeply regret. Now, when he says that, don't forget that then the Ashley Madison thing comes out and other stuff starts to come out about the whole damn family. TLC cancels any rerun episodes of 19 Kids and Counting. What good did that do? Because TLC gave them another show called Counting On. So, and then they used the molestation to start the show off. They had the girls talk about how Josh fondled them in that show. Jim Bob and Michelle appear on television for the first time since the Josh sex abuse allegations broke. And Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar argue the fact that Josh's reports shouldn't have been released and how they were going to sue. Yeah, old Jim Bob and Michelle, they're going to sue because their son, his reports shouldn't have never been released. Then the Duggar parents in 2015, then the Duggars decided to tell everybody and confirm that, yeah, 4 of Josh's victims were their daughters, including young Jill and Jessa. The couple argues that Josh's records should have never been released under the FOIA, and they threaten to sue. TLC cancels 19 Kids and Counting. After thoughtful consideration, TLC and the Duggar family have decided to move. But what good did that do when they just started a whole nother show called Counting On, in which they exploit the child molestation case to get ratings? Thanks a lot, TLC. You really showed your true colors there. Yeah, you really fucking care, huh? You don't care. And then TLC still tries to make this family out to be a bunch of fucking saints when they're not. They're homophobic. They're transphobes. All they do is talk about how women shouldn't be able to have abortions and birth control should be illegal and gay people shouldn't be able to use my bathroom when I go to McDonald's because they might try to rape me. Michelle, get the fuck over yourself. Really. Get over yourself. I mean, you've only had 20 kids. Really? Really? What if one of your kids ends up being gay? How would you feel? Although, why am I even saying that? I already know what they would do. They would shave their heads. What am I thinking? They don't support gay people or transgender people. Michelle and Jim, they've had a lot of bad things to say about transgender and gay people. It's disgusting. And Jill's husband, Derek, has said some really disgusting things. I mean, for these people to claim to be Christians, they sure as fuck don't act like it. All they do is judge other people and hate on other people. It's disgusting. So they canceled 19 Kids and Counting, 2015. August 2015, a Gawker report claimed that Josh was using adultery promoting dating service Ashley Madison and that he had been unfaithful to his wife Anna. Josh owned up to the claims. No shit. No shit. They only released the fucking records where he talks about how he likes to have sex all day. I mean, what? And you know, I feel bad for Anna because Anna, you know, an insider claims that Anna's marriage was arranged and that she didn't know about his previous, you know, child molestation background. But as soon as she found out, she should have left. Because, first off, you have kids with him. You could go to social services, child protective services, and you could say, look, my spouse has molested his own damn sisters, and it's on TV. They all admitted to it. I want my kids away from him right now. What does Anna do? Anna has more kids with him. Because Anna's just as brainwashed as the rest of everyone else included in this shit. She's just as fucking brainwashed. And apparently doesn't give a shit. I don't know if that's normal where they come from. Where, your daddy molested his sisters and molested his babysitter and a bunch of other people. But we just forgive that. We just don't do anything. Don't talk about it. He went to a rehab, so it's all okay. No, it's not. It's not okay. It's ridiculous how they sweep this shit under the rug. TLC, what were y'all thinking? Y'all, Harpo, Oprah, canceled the interview. TLC cannot sit here and tell me that they didn't know about that. Because let me tell you something. When Oprah cancels your ass, you're canceled. I don't believe that shit. TLC's full of crap.